What's up, grinders? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about some Evildea haters. That's right, I thought this would be a very interesting video, especially considering I've noticed something interesting happening as of recently. Less so on my own channel, which is strange because I never delete comments, but more so on the comments and I guess discussions that are happening under the channels of people I've either reacted to or they have reacted to me. It's like the haters have realized that there's no point going to war in my own comment section, so instead they go to other comment sections and just talk shit about me. And it's very fascinating to read. So I wanted to talk about this today because I think we're going to see more of this as we move forward. Okay, now, this video idea was spawned by the comment section under this video right here. I'd Never Learn Esperanto by Joe Sema. Okay, so this is related to Esperanto, but it's also not. It's related to Dreaming Spanish, or it's related to both things. I guess you're gonna have to watch the video and find out how. First up, this video is in no way related to Joe's. Joe's comment section pretty much just inspired this for me, so I figured this would be a great opportunity to finally make this video because I've been thinking about it for a while now. But there will be a link down to his video since I am using his face and his channel in my video. But before I get into that, don't forget, you can join my community. See, if you become a member, you'll get all the exclusive only Evildea fan stuff. Just hit that join button, trust me. You can get lots of videos where I play video games in different languages with different YouTubers. I also just do random off-the-cuff blogs about different things. And if you haven't hit the join button and you don't intend to join, just go hit it. Just go watch that video. Just watch the video that comes associated with the join button. Don't have to join, but after seeing that video, you'll want to join. Okay, so what have my haters been saying? A bunch of you know that I've been speaking about languages on this channel now from, I don't know, 2-ish years? 3 years? But prior to that, I wasn't on YouTube for about 2 years. And prior to that, I was making videos every day on this channel, but in Esperanto, a language I speak. Now, for those who don't know, Esperanto is a very fascinating language. It's a language with over 130 years of history, but it is a constructed language. It's the only language that we know of that has native speakers to this day that was made by an individual. Now, that doesn't mean it was completely made by an individual, but it was made by one man, and then it spread. It spread like fucking wildfire, okay? And it spread to essentially what is possibly 1 million+ people at this point. We have no idea how many people speak this language, but there is a fair few. Now, probably about 7 years ago, then 10 years prior to that, you know, that whole period, I was making videos every day in this language. I was vlogging, I was doing reviews, I was listening to music, I was playing video games with Esperanto creators, I was fucking raising investments to build companies. I was doing everything and anything you could imagine. If you've done it in English, I've probably done it in Esperanto. In fact, my use of this language got so intense during 10 years that my fucking English got partially destroyed by the grammar of this language, okay? That's why I fuck up my English all the time. You guys love to make jokes about it down in the comments section, but realistically, it was impacted. I spoke this language every goddamn day for like 10 years. My entire friends circle in Sydney here in Australia was basically speakers of this language. My wife almost learnt this language up to a, I don't know, like an upper beginner level, literally via the fact that she was immersed in the language, which is saying a lot because she never really set out to learn it, but she could swear her ass off in this language given the opportunity. Now, why am I talking about this? Because this is going to all lead down to Dreaming Spanish eventually. And I think you guys are going to find this quite interesting. So I did that for a period of 10 years. Loved every moment of it, enjoyed it, but one day woke up and went, I've done enough, and then I stopped uploading videos. Now, you could imagine that people started spamming my comment sections going, bro, what happened? You suddenly went quiet. Did you die? Like, people literally looked up and tried to contact my wife about had I died, because, like, 10 years, I was always on YouTube, and then suddenly I wasn't. But that's the type of person I am. Maybe one day you'll all wake up and this channel will be dead again. It's highly possible, but I went off and did other things. I became a game programmer, I got a job within the industry, I focused on that stuff for a while, languages kind of disappeared into the background, and I just moved on with my life. But then I kind of came back to it. Not Esperanto, but languages. And I started working on Chinese. Now, what's the one thing that everyone does when they start learning a language? They go look up videos about how to learn languages. Now, it doesn't matter if you speak a language fluently, or two, you're still going to watch those videos. Do you know why? Because you're looking for the magic sauce. Everyone wants the magic sauce, or they want some type of motivation or something in between. Basically, we watch them even though we don't need to watch them. Half of you guys probably watching this video and you have absolutely no need to do so. But you're watching it anyway, either because it's interesting or it's inspiring or whatever the fuck, I don't know, you're just watching it. So that's what I did. I went on YouTube and I watched a bunch of videos. And do you know what I saw? Video after video of people who were polyglots and hyper polyglots talking about how they've learned 10, 20, 30 languages and how all you got to do is buy their course and use these and those methods. And they'd talk a little bit about their methods here and there. But here's the thing. I was already fluent at Esperanto at this stage. I was probably C2 already, okay? And I was listening to all this advice and I was like, I did all that. Like, I'd done all that type of stuff. I tried all that shit. Like, I didn't hear about it from YouTube, but like, it just seemed obvious. I tried all that. Now, I agree, good ideas and all, but that shit don't make you fluent in no 3, 6, 10 months, whatever, okay? Like, you gotta do a lot more. Even for a language like Esperanto, it's not just gonna fucking spawn in your head. You gotta put a lot of effort in, okay? Now, sure, it's easier than, say, Spanish, but it's still gonna take you a while. You still gotta invest the time and energy. So it's not just going to spawn in your head. So when they were talking about these languages and how they were just picking them out like the fucking candy on the side of the road, oh, just got French. Ooh, look at this, now I got Italian. Like, I was like, bro, either I'm just stupid or these people are just straight up lying. So one day I woke up one morning and I went to war on YouTube. I just uploaded some random videos about how, you know, most of this shit out here is just bullshit and this is how you should learn languages. Now, funnily enough, those videos did not pick up in the language learning space, but they pissed off my Esperanto audience. Boy, oh boy, did these guys get pissed, okay? And it makes sense because, like, my YouTube channel up until this point had been a repository of endless Esperanto content for people out there. Like, it was like I was hot linked to so many different websites, it's not funny. People were like, you want to watch Esperanto content? Sure, he doesn't upload anymore, but he's got 600 videos. Good luck getting through all that. So they'd link to my channel, and then here I was, after 2 years of disappearance, suddenly uploading English videos about how this shit's bullshit. So pissed off a lot of people, lost a lot of subs, went back about 4K subs within about, I don't know, like 3 weeks or something. But like, I was like, doesn't matter. I've already moved on at this point, okay? Like, you can't just do the same shit for all your life. Some people can, but I can't. So I was making these videos. And that's where my channel started to blow up. And it all happened because one day I saw someone fake in Esperanto. And I was like, bruh, that's bull. And he was a hyper polyglot, or at least a claimed one. So I had to find out, was he faking just my language to get like an extra 1 point? Was he faking them all? So I had a Discord at this point. I had a few people that were following me, and a few people spoke most of those languages he spoke. So we did an investigation. It wasn't because we wanted to shit on the guy. It was because we wanted to actually understand. Well, at least I wanted to actually understand what was possible. Turned out the guy was a complete fraud. So that then led to the next natural question of, wait, how many of these guys are actual frauds? I need to know, because I want to know what's possible. Can you actually learn 20, 30 languages? Like, is that realistic for the normal human? Or is that just some fucking marketing bullshit that people just keep upping those numbers to sound better on YouTube? Now, based on how long it took me to learn Esperanto, I figured that this was complete bullshit. And realistically, most people would not get past a couple of languages in their life. Like, if you did more than 5 or 6, that's impressive. So I did more and more investigations. This blew my channel the fuck up. Like, I got tons of subs out of this. And if I was a smart YouTuber, a smart cookie, I would have just kept doing that stuff and rided that all the way up to 1 million subs. Like, some of those videos got hundreds of thousands of views. One of them's got over 1 million views now. That was the smart thing to do. Just keep doing investigation videos. But that was never the point. The point wasn't to just blow up YouTube and, you know, make a bunch of mullah. It was because I wanted to know what was possible. And by the end, and when I say the end, I mean when I stopped doing investigation videos, I kind of realized what was possible. Realistically, most people, they ain't getting past 5 languages at a good level. Like, and that's assuming they're born with a couple of those languages, okay? Like, you are probably, if you're really dedicated, going to get 2 or 3 languages in your life to a good level. Everything beyond that's going to be just like meh, okay? And it's pretty rare, but if someone spends every moment of their waking life, maybe they can clock up to 10. You know, like that's pretty much what I discovered via my investigation. So anyone claiming more than that, straight up just fraud. That's pretty much how I think about it now, okay? Unless there's like insane evidence to the contrary. And now with AI, because I was doing those before AI kind of blew up, there's going to be a lot more fraudsters coming out. But anyway, I stopped doing the investigations. And then I started thinking, well, now I want to find out what I can do that I haven't done before. And that's where everyone started speaking about this whole ALG thing. This was like big when I first jumped on the bandwagon. Everyone was like speaking about this in like fucking whispers, like, bro, you got to use ALG. It's the only true way to get to like fluency, high level, really good in a language. And I'm gonna be honest, I was hearing these things and hearing what they were saying, and I was like, I don't know. This sounds suspicious to me. Like, my first video was me saying, I don't think so, guys. This doesn't sound realistic, and this is what I assume will happen. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, but I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, and I try this out, and I blow a couple of years, okay, fine. I learned something new, I can share it all with you guys. But if I'm right, bro, learn a language to fluency, sound like a native, all you gotta do is commit the time. I'm great at commitment. I'm great at fucking time commitment and grinding. Why not? I'll give it a shot. And that's where I started my Dreaming Spanish series. Like, that's literally why I started Spanish. It wasn't because I love Spanish or anything like that. I just wanted to see if this shit's true. And if I got Spanish out of it, well, fucking there I go. I get half the Americas out of it. Literally, it's just a bonus, okay? So I started doing my journey. But at the same time, I'm a challenge guy. And I always loved those videos where people would show their actual progress. Like, I learned way more from those progress videos than any other video out there. So I started watching these videos and I was like, I'm going to do something insane. I'm going to drop 50-hour updates. 50 hours is a good time frame. And give people an actual insight into what's possible with this method. Now, it wasn't because just this one method I want to do. I actually want to do this with all methods in the future. It's why I've got my LingoPie series with Chinese as well. Anything I do in the future, 50-hour updates is what I'm going to do so you guys get a realistic insight. Doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't even have to be fucking languages, okay? I'm doing 50-hour updates. That's the type of shit I like to do. So I was dropping these 50-hour updates, and it was very interesting at the start. I had a bunch of people come in from the ALG community who instantly started shitting on me by basically saying, in like my first 50-hour update, you can't say anything at this point. You're only 50 hours in, bro. Why are you already giving your opinions? You need to wait, okay? And I was like, okay, well, I understand you want me to wait and I'll get there eventually, but like, I'm still allowed to provide my opinions as I go. Like, I'm literally going through the experience. Like, what's the point of a fucking video if I'm not going to provide opinions? Like, it seems kind of stupid. So I saw those types of comments, and that's pretty much, you know, what I got for most of the first, I guess, up to like 500 hours. People just saying the same stuff of, you haven't done it long enough to give an opinion. Then around 600 hours, the comments started to change slightly. And then they started to say things along the lines of, well, Evildea is just bad at languages. Because apparently at this point, I was starting to fall behind their expectations. He's just bad at languages. If we got someone who was good at languages doing ALG, that'd be good at... Which made no sense to me because, like, isn't the point of ALG literally this is how kids learn and anyone can do this? So if you're bad at languages and then this method's bad for you, like, you're bad at this method, like, it makes no sense. So I was like, okay, that sounds stupid. But then people would always comment in my defense and be like, bro, he's like a high-level Esperanto speaker. Like, everyone in the Esperanto community knows about him. And he speaks Chinese at an intermediate level. I think we can safely say the guy can at least learn languages. He's not the best in the world, but he can do it. So I kept getting those comments. Now, as of the point of crossing 1,000 hours, I've seen more and more people commenting in a different direction. And it's related to this original video right here, Esperanto. More and more people now, they've realized that they can't say I'm just lazy. They can't say I'm not following the method. But they still want to defend it, okay? Which is weird. Why not just show it for what it actually is? And then let people decide. Like, if we get to 2,000 hours and I'm okay, I'm like, or I'm amazing, and people watch my videos and they're like, I want to do that after seeing my whole series, great, go do it. At least you've got like actual information about what you're going to go through. Like, isn't that better than not having it? But that's besides the point. What they've been doing at 1,000 hours in the comment sections of, not my video, but the videos of other people, is now saying, but Evildea doesn't speak any other language. His Chinese is shit. It's absolutely terrible. So we don't even count Chinese, which is kind of crazy because I am in an intermediate level. But let's fine. But I'm fluent in Esperanto. I had the certification. See, here's the thing. If they can somehow negate my languages, then they can negate my opinion. So they just say that Esperanto is not a real language. And that's what I've been seeing more and more as of recently. People saying that he speaks a made-up constructed language fluently. Therefore, his opinions are not valid when it comes to language learning because he's never learnt a language. That's literally what people are spreading now, is that I don't really speak any other languages because my Chinese doesn't count, it's not good enough. And Chinese isn't, and Esperanto is not a real language, which is absolutely insane when you think about it. This is their go-to point. Esperanto started as a constructed language. It's not a natural language. Therefore, it doesn't count. Bro, there's like almost 1 million people, maybe more, maybe less, who speak this language. There's generations of native speakers who have passed it down during their own family line. Okay, it's literally part of their family culture. Like, I literally know one. She lives not far down the road, okay? This is ignoring the point that there's probably more published media in Esperanto, like I'm talking actual literature, than most minority languages out there. Yeah, but it's constructed, so it doesn't count. Okay, so do we define the line of whose opinions are valid based on how constructed a language is? Does that mean we discount half of a Hebrew speaker's opinion? Because after all, modern Hebrew is kind of reconstructed. Or do we discount all these minority languages that completely died off and only existed in manuscript form and then were basically reborn by linguists and modern, users of the language, and then kind of refledged back to life or reborn from one? Do we discount them because, there was a whole heap of artificial shit going in there? Like, for example, Cornish, man. Do we just get rid of that shit? Because, yeah, sure, it was a real language once, but it died. And now what they're speaking is a Frankenstein monster of the original thing. Do we discount all these? Or do we only discount ones that were manufactured completely in their origin? Because even Esperanto is not fully manufactured. If you go into the history of it, the original book on Esperanto included, I think, 600 words, okay? And a very, very basic sketch of the grammar. Super basic. In fact, the original book wasn't designed to be so much a spoken language. It was almost designed to be like a Google Translate on paper. You have your language and you do a cipher transfer and you write that down, and someone else who has the book can do the same thing, okay? But there was an idea that maybe you could learn this. So what happened? A whole heap of people started learning it, and they brought their own culture into the language, applying all their thoughts, processes, feelings, whatever it is, beliefs, onto the language, and this shit merged into one freaking international language. Like, the Esperanto that's spoken today is grammatically very different in a lot of ways to the Esperanto that was spoken 140 years ago, because it has been heavily influenced by East Asian languages, the speakers from those languages. This language has gone under evolution. I literally have a video about the evolution of computer on this channel. I'm saying all this because it's fucking bizarre the lengths people go to try and negate a goddamn challenge. They try to discredit an entire language just because they don't like the outcome of a challenge that's not even fucking finished yet. That's what I find absolutely insane about all this. And I figured I'd point this out because I guarantee you guys are going to be seeing these comments more and more, but maybe less so now. Maybe less so because I'll realize I'm onto them in that regard. But I figured I would share that in a video because I do find this whole conversation fascinating. Because to me, I look at it this way. If I get to the end of this challenge and I speak Spanish well, sure, I spent a lot more time than I probably would have originally, but I still learned something out of it. I still learned a language, and at least I give something back to the community. A series where people can sit down, watch it, and go, I want to do that, or I don't want to do that. Like, I wish there was this shit for so many other different things out there. And because I wish that existed, I'm going to make it. I'm going to be making these 50-hour challenges for a bunch of shit in the future. Just you guys wait. I'll see you all in the next video. Hope you've enjoyed this video. And if I don't see you there, I assume you're doing your own 50-hour challenge. And if you're not, I'm going to discredit you in the comment section.